Thank you for staying with us. In the studio with me to talk about the National Volunteer Day, we have the Executive Director, Frank Rockett, from the Volunteer Center of St. Lawrence-Rideau. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me back.
Hey, why not? Why not? You always bring some interesting verbiage with you that we always can talk about and share with our viewers. So what is and when is the International Volunteer Day? I didn't know I had one. Sorry.
It's on December 5th.
Right. And
it's a day that was established by the United Nations, but of course celebrated across the world, hence the international. This year, the theme is collaboration. Mm-hmm. You know, if we do it together, we can get things done. And as we know, the world is getting to be a more and more challenging place all the time. You know, in the last few years, there's a lot of issues, social issues that need to be addressed. And there's two components to addressing social issues. One is, of course, donations and financial support. Right. But the second, and I think equally important, is volunteerism. So if folks get the opportunity to come out and volunteer, they can make a real impact on the community. And this day is to celebrate all those people who do volunteer. And it's said that on a given day throughout the world, there's over 8 million people volunteering.
8 million people.
So that's worldwide.
Yeah.
Now, locally, you know, volunteerism helps us with so many different programs, from our food banks to drop-in centers, to the library, to the aquatarium. So many organizations that benefit from volunteers, and this is our opportunity to say thank you to them.
Which is nice, because there's a lot of activities that wouldn't happen if there were not the volunteers.
Right. You know, the cost of having a program staffed can be tremendous, right?
Yes.
Yes. And we want to be able to offer enough programming. So not only do we have programs that wouldn't exist without volunteers, but we also have programs that are larger, because volunteers can get in there and have an impact and help with whatever the program might be.
So for a person, Frank, for a person that wants to volunteer and they're not sure, they're new to the area, should you be one of the first ones that they contact to say, what can I do in this community?
Yeah, what we are is a great place. If you don't know specifically what you'd like to do volunteering, you can visit us at volunteercenter.ca or give us a call at 499-9393, talk to our staff, and sort of express to us some of your interests, and we can guide you along the path to connect you with an organization that can benefit from your time, your skills, and also your empathy and your compassion, because those are also key components of volunteering.
And usually to match someone up, you really have to know a little bit about them and what they like and what they don't want to do and things of that nature. So I think having a conversation about what their likes are is beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely. We have the opportunity to talk to a staff, and they sort of know what the needs are in the community, and they can direct you that way. Or you can use our online tool on the website to kind of surf through and check out what's available and see if there's something that piques your interest that way. But again, we're always there to help.
That's good. That's good. So let's talk about income tax season is going to be coming up very soon in the new year. And you people actually, how many years have you been offering to the different clients?
I would think it's over 2 decades.
Really? That long?
Yeah.
Oh my.
I mean, we helped with, I believe, about 2,800 filings last year.
2,800.
So a significant number. And if you think about the folks that are benefiting, each filing brings in somewhere between $1,200, maybe even as high as $1,400 in income to that person, to that family.
Yes.
And the fact that we're filing, 2,800 filings, because it could be one person with 2 or 3 filings or 4 filings and they're catching up.
Yes.
That's over $3 million that's coming into the local economy through the efforts that we're doing, and into the pockets of some of the most vulnerable.
Yes, yes. We should elaborate a little bit more so that our viewers do understand that through the Volunteer Center, you do have the availability to help people who want to file their income tax and they don't know how or anything about it. So they, can always give you a call, and depending on, their circumstances, you can help them out.
Yeah, certainly. We'll have more information as tax season draws nearer about the programs that we're starting in 2024. But, we're going to have some drop-in spots at various locations throughout Leeds and Grenville.
Okay.
We have around 20 volunteers who actually do the income tax. So our staff organize it, and then the volunteers are actually completing the income tax through the Community Volunteer Income Tax Program, which we're partnered with CRA. That program is basically there to help folks who have an individual income of $35,000 or less, or a family income of $45,000 or less, and then we can help them file the income taxes, make sure that they're getting the entitlements that are available to them so that they can manage.
Of course. And it's free.
Absolutely free.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why not take advantage of it? Why not, talk to these people and file? And it is important to file income tax. It really is.
And something that I find interesting is some of our most generous donors are these folks who are making, less than $35,000 a year, but they appreciate that service and they're donating to us. Yeah. So, and it may be $5 or it may be $10 or it might be $2, but it all adds up and it helps us to keep that programming going each year.
I agree. I think it's wonderful that the appreciation, and that's how they're showing their appreciation is through the donating of it. What is the Green Team?
The Green Team is something that we're trying to put together now. We're looking for volunteers who probably, starting in the spring, we'll get organized a little bit before then, but starting in the spring, we want to have a team of volunteers who can tackle various green projects throughout the community. So whether it's community cleanups or helping out with large-scale events where, we might want to make sure that the area is nice and green and cleaned up afterwards, or tackling projects with some of our member agencies, such as, Ferguson Forest Station or Arch Biosphere or, something like that. If we have teams that can help, it could be something interesting like doing a tree planting or, community cleanup, like I said. And really, those people that join our Green Team now will help us to formulate what kind of activities we're going to do. So it's kind of a fun thing to get engaged now and have some
input into it, a voice.
Into exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah. And there's like all kinds of things out there. It just doesn't stop by, cleaning up an area. It goes on, and people are quite inventive when it comes to that. So for the International Volunteer Day, what should people be doing other than patting themselves on the back and saying, hey, this is fantastic?
Yeah, I think anytime that you can recognize a person in the community that is volunteering, maybe just take a second to thank them, because it's really, volunteerism and volunteers, that is what makes a city or a town a community.
It does indeed.
Yeah.
It does, helping someone else, helping your neighbor.
Helping your neighbor, helping people you don't know. It gives you a sense of accomplishment, and it gives you a real sense of belonging into your community.
It does.
Yeah.
It does indeed. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you
and
for
sitting down
me.
with me. I always appreciate our talks, and I always learn from our talks, so that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Okay.